Hi. It's uh hi. So, welcome to a new level of Dungeon of the Mad Mage variant roles with our lovely streaming collective anthology. What buzzwords are we using to describe it now? I don't know. Is it bespoke? Is it bespoke? Probably.
Bespoke? Madame
Uh,
Bespoke it.
we are at dungeon level 18, Vanrakdoom. We're gonna get shadowy in here. Um, We have some lovely characters here. I would like to start by going around introducing our people, and we will introduce our characters a little bit later. Although we have some clues if you use your eyeballs. Why don't we stop with you
Maybe
in the
just
top
a little bit
left?
of a clue.
A little bit. Why don't we start with the top left of our Twitch overlay? Over to you, Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I'm at Racontor on Twitter. You just want to introduce ourselves, right?
Yeah, just you.
All right, cool. I do a lot of DMing and playing and a lot of things related to tabletops, and also I'm a cosplay nerd, and I don't know, I read and I write and I tweet things about such things. So you can find me on Twitter.
All right. And just go left, right, left, right.
Hi, everyone. I am Alex Gaston. You can pretty much only find me here. And you can find me on Twitter at Chris Charisma. And I am so excited. And that's it.
Okay. And then do the corner.
Oh, is that me? Yay!
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Val. I'm the Nerdy Niffler on Twitter. I love how I forgot that. And you can find me mostly here as well. And I'm also super excited because look at all these looks.
And last but certainly not least.
I am Alexis. I can be found on the Twitter sphere as a Vox Finato. I am also part of Dice Priori, so you can find me on the Dice Priori channel. I do an art stream every Monday and Friday. I'm on Dragon Heisters as a co-DM, and that's Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I play a little cinnamon bun bard warlock who's now turning into her own little archfeyling. And that's on the Ghost in the Machine on Wednesdays. So, a lot of fun stuff. Check us out.
All right, so we are going to be jumping right in to a brief flashback.
Ooh.
Because we're going to be back in some place that I'm certain that many of you visited in Waterdeep, the Yawning Portal.
Oh.
There's a job proposition from one Hellion Moonstar, the half-drow heir to the Moonstar family. He's not been awfully specific about the mission entailed, but he did mention something about delving deep into Undermountain. And as you were already planning on taking upon that escapade, you figured you'd listen to hear him out. Our characters are going to be joining one at a time, and as you enter the Yawning Portal and make your way up to one of the back meeting rooms, let me a little bit of a character introduction. We're gonna start with Mefera.
So, Mefera is a Winter Eladrin moon druid who was raised in the Feywild at the court of the Queen of Air and Darkness. So she was very, very drama. Comes in wearing a very dramatic cape, fur-lined. Doesn't seem to, I don't know what season it is, but she doesn't care. So it could be the height of summer, and she would still walk in with her fur-lined cape and make the most dramatic arch stalk through the Yawning Portal toward the back meeting room where this is being held.
Sounds good. And you are, if my notes have me correct, a elf moon druid.
Yes, Eladrin specifically.
Yeah, Eladrin.
Yeah.
Come on, notes, get better. All right. And the next to come in, would be Hassan.
So Hassan is a fallen Azamir, and she's kind of you don't really know a lot about her, but she has this kind of way about her that's just very quiet and a little bit like well, like yeah. So she walks through and just kind of strides through with those boots, kind of shakes off a duster and just goes straight through, smudging, following after Mafeira.
Sounds good. And then our lovely fellow, Jareth.
Yes. Jareth is a male Eladrin, uses he, him, and has this gloriously gravity-defying hair just everywhere, and is in this fine silk shirt with a very nice, fine pendant necklace. Has this elaborate coat on with this high, stiff collar, and these long, drapey sleeves adorned with jewels and such. Carries a scepter of sorts, which is on one end looks a bit like a crop, and on the other is more like a sphere, a silver sort of sphere shape, and carries himself very tall and upright. Looking around, his pants are impossibly tight, and
It's literally magic.
it is
Literally.
literally magic, and has this glorious fey-like look to his makeup and everything, and just saunters over to the group.
All right, and Sweet Lou, last but not least.
Sweet Lou is a fire ganassi. She comes in, she looks like she just is completely just ripped and jacked, like she just is constantly at the gym. And she comes in, she's, she walks tall, and she has, also gravity defying hair, and her colors from her tribe on her, as well as her colors from the tribe on her wrap. And she's got her hands wrapped up, and her hands just look calloused and like she's just muscled on some people. But she looks pleasant. She doesn't look like she's going to come in and just wail on somebody. And she sees a group. Oh, hi! And she'll head on over and plop down. She's a little awkward.
I love her.
The best characters are. Just a little awkward. All right, you all gather around a table in a private room, sitting across a half elf, looks to be half drow. And he wears smart but definitely noble clothing in the colors black and white with a gold and silver accent. It's a little busy, to be honest. You're like on it. I mean, or you love it if you don't have fashion sense. That's up to you, honestly. He leans forward and looks at each of you one at a time. Says, I imagine you'll do. Hello, my name is Hellion Moonstar. I am the heir to the Moonstar family, and I have a most grave request for you. Down in Undermountain, in a deeper level known as Vanrakdoom, is a shadow dragon. Yes, more dragons. Oh, was that the other adventuring party? I think it was. My bad. It's hard to keep everything straight. That dragon currently goes by Braxakar. But once upon a time, it was a living, breathing bronze dragon named Gleister. Our family has ties to this dragon, and we would appreciate if you could quest down, learn of the dragon's fate, and if possible, restore it to its living form as a bronze dragon. Do you think you're up for the challenge? He smiles at you.
Do you know who you're talking to?
History check. Of course I do.
Then you should not have any doubts.
I will warn you, I've sent other intrepid bands of adventurers down this path before. And as far as we've been able to ascertain, that path has led to ruin or madness.
None
But
of
the
them were
pay-
kings.
None of them are from down under. Had to, I'm sorry.
I believe you're correct. I don't think we hired any kings.
At least you're making the correct decision this time.
I certainly hope so. And he looks around the rest of you all, just to get a little bit of a visual confirmation that like you're into it.
Sweet Lou just kind of just flexes a little bit.
The badass wall art behind her.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah, Hassan just kind of goes and then just doesn't say anything else.
Sounds good.
Feyre kind of
Listen.
side eyes Jareth, because I have a feeling we've probably met before at this point, and then just sort of leans back in her chair, like very confident.
Jareth just takes out a hand, like he's just, you don't know where they came from, but Jareth is now just spinning 3 orbs in his hand. Just,
Like contact juggling
What?
balls.
yeah, correct. Hessian, what sort of compensation are we talking here? We've got a
well,
kingdom to run. It's expensive.
You'd be garnering the support of the Moonstar family. We can offer prominent access to magical gear, support, hirelings, financial backing. If you could return Gleister to the walking back among the living as one of them, you would have our eternal debt and the financial support that comes with.
Good, because my oubliette is in need of repair.
Love you.
Yeah.
Morningstar. How do you suspect we're supposed to bring a dragon back to its whatever?
Gleister Umbraxakar traveled with one Vanrak Moonstar, the Dark Ranger, for most of his living life. He is a very... When Vanrak turned to the path of the Death Knight, in his fall from glory and the disgrace of my family, he brought along with it Gleister down alongside, because their friendship was so great that Gleister put his friendship with Vanrak before his own goodness in the light of Saloon. I think if we can remind Gleister of that light and that friendship, we may be able to bring him back.
You want us to go in down under to save a dragon with friendship?
I can
I
make anything,
Say
my
that's
friend.
wrong.
All right, mate. You're the one paying us.
So we're essentially hired therapists.
Yeah,
I swear, we might as well be the Care Bears.
sure. If that description makes you feel better about it, then yeah, I'm hiring you to go give counseling to a dragon that I met twice.
Do we have a magical couch that's going to go with us that he's going to lay down on?
It need to be an awful big couch.
Shadow dragon. What other sorts of what else can we expect to encounter aside from the dragon?
We have been led to believe that after Vanrak's passing, that his domain was taken over by one Cresta Delvingstone, a vampire archmage.
Empires.
And of course, where vampires go, their minions and underlings and critters follow.
Hey, critters.
Yeah, great.
Explains why I've been having dreams of vampires and dragons recently.
So,
I
you
saw
believe
Goth
that-
Grandpa die from a vampire. That was,
I was just thinking
horrible.
last time we fought a vampire, someone died.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I
It's
don't.
okay, he had it coming.
It's just in the dreams that I have sometimes. Anyway,
He only had himself to blame.
Dreams that you had together, the two of you?
I
hang
work
out.
in mysterious ways. I'm not sharing.
I'm not going to ask any more questions. I can offer you one boon up front. The charm of my family. In the magical charm sense. And he pulls out 4 necklaces and puts them on the table. They're
I am a fan
decorated
of charms.
in silvers and blacks and whites. This charm has a magical payload upon it. You can use it to cast Bestow Curse or Fear once, or when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you reduced to 0 hit points. You can use your reaction to have them drop to 1 hit point instead. Whatever you choose, you can only use it once.
So it's a charm that does dispel curse or
Bestow Curse, Fear, or keep someone up.
sorry. Like how many hit points?
They just stay at 1 instead of dropping to 0, like the half-orc racial feature.
Got it. Sorry. I'm 12.
My favorite went up first and
The
like study it to make sure it matches her full aesthetic before she
Yeah.
puts it on.
Yeah.
I have to admit, it doesn't. It's not a perfect match on the aesthetic.
Yeah, she's a little bit distasteful about it, but recognizes the utility.
I use
Yeah.
prestidigitation to make it glorious and fit with your aesthetic.
Oh,
Beautiful.
she blows Jareth a kiss.
Yes.
Mine definitely doesn't match.
You can put it in your pocket if you are more comfortable that way.
Oh,
I put it in my pocket.
I'll put it in my pocket.
This is a group that's about the aesthetic.
I couldn't
mean,
tell.
100%.
Committed.
Committed.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
Good luck on your adventuring, and bids you on your way. And unless someone has a brilliant idea, we are going to jump forward to the present.
I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna friend a dragon back to being
Yeah.
like, do we have to like beat it into submission? Is that like, I don't know. It's like, oh wait, we're not
Last
supposed to
time I
fight?
checked, Charm Monster still worked on dragons, so
Yeah, but it also weighs off.
unless they're immune to charm. I mean, sometimes things are pesky
Ah.
like that.
They might be.
In that case, you just beat it into submission.
I might be a girl for that.
I can take care of that as well.
Yeah, me too. I have a
Sweet
charisma
girl.
of 10.
Sweet, sweet Rue.
Sweet Rue, is that what you just said?
Sweet Rue.
Rude.
Oh
yeah.
god. I have a charisma of 7.
8.
Punch it into submission.
Punch it
They
louder.
didn't punch louder. Punch it.
Punch it
Wait, we don't have Black Eyed Peas. We can't do that, guys. We don't have the rights.
Damn it. All right. So, as you are making your way down, after many harrowing levels of dungeon and like teleporting past like most of them because you got lucky, because that's convenient that way,
We got lucky.
you descend down onto what you have been told is Vanrakdoom, the level where the remnants of the past Moonstar family fled into Undermountain one long ago.
Vanrakdoom sounds like an awesome metal band.
A little bit.
You can do that after this.
Doom metal for sure.
A clinging fog hovers across the ground, wisping up into the air in places. Most of it parts as you bring a light forward, but some of it lingers, obscuring. Through the fog ahead, you see a statue. And before the statue is a kneeling figure in black robes, pulled all the way over.
We see what the statue is of.
The statue seems to be made of black marble and of a cloaked woman wielding 2 daggers.
Real quick,
Uh,
I'd like to use my mantle of inspiration to just give my compatriots a little hit point boost, if you will.
Temp
We all,
HP.
yeah, everyone gets 14 hit points,
Temporary hit points.
temporary hit points.
Everyone except for Jareth.
Nope, you can give them to yourself. I can give them to up to 5 creatures.
I thought one was other creatures.
It says
Whatever.
a number of creatures. It doesn't say other than yourself.
Interesting. I don't.
Loophole.
Apparently, I've been on the campaign for like 3 years. Apparently, we're doing that wrong the entire time.
Nothing's perfect.
When this happens, I'm gonna like nod to Jareth and say, "Thanks."
As the fog shifts,
The up nod.
Yeah.
Also,
That's the
Jareth
fog
looks even more
next.
magnificent than he did before.
Just for some flavor, I'm gonna light my hands.
We look really awesome standing in this fog.
Yeah.
oh yeah. So as you light your hands, the light dissipates some of the fog, and you can see on the ground around this robed figure are 3 skeletons around the statue, as if they had been kneeling before the same statue and withered away.
Oh, that's not good. Oi, mate.
Yeah, go over and poke one of them.
Well, so there are 3 piles of bones and a cloaked figure.
Oh,
So what are you poking?
me, the player, knows what the statue is of, but Hassan does not know, so I'm gonna go poke the cloak figure.
I
So as you go and poke the cloaked figure, the cloak falls to the ground empty.
And I look at the cloak and go, pick it up and go, free cloak. I just poke it in my shoulder.
Yep.
was that. I don't. That's not good. Cool. Where did it go? Could I look around and see if there's anybody around me?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, I'm so good at this, guys.
I
First
forgot
roll
to
of the night.
mention, I'm wearing
Yes.
a thing called the Robe of Eyes.
Yes.
Nice.
So my coat is like full of eye patterns on it, which means if anyone casts light within 5 feet of me, I am blinded because it's like I'm always looking, even when my eyes are closed.
Also, just for the record, I have a 25 passive perception, if that matters.
Are you kidding me?
I
25?
am not kidding.
You see
Not that time
everything.
matter. But you do not see neither. Well, what did you roll in perception?
17. I rolled a 17.
Neither of you see a hidden figure, and Hassan, if I'm not mistaken, the robe of eyes lets you see invisible things.
Yeah, it lets me see things on the ethereal plane. And I'll just read the description of it. Yeah, you can see invisible creatures and objects, as well as see into the ethereal plane to a range of 120 feet.
Love it. So you do not see an invisible creature, but you do, in the ethereal plane, see a formation of fog in the shape of a dragon's head. And as soon as you seem to notice it, it starts to dissipate and drift apart, as if it was just accidental.
I'm gonna just take out my pistol, and just kind of like raise it slightly, and I was like, "There's some freaky ass mists over there."
I guess I'll ask Hassan, is this bothering you? The
Like-
flame hands.
No, you're good. The aesthetic of it all is really working for me.
Just give him a wink.
Yeah.
That's all you can do to that.
Live,
Thanks, mate.
live your truth, foo.
Truth. Ah, I'm so excited to see how many names you come up with.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna. I don't know
What would you like to do?
Are there any, like, is it just bones, or are there anything that's worth searching?
There's some
Are they-
scraps of cloth. You catch what you think is the remains of a coiled up hempen rope. Pretty decrepit at this point.
Are the bones humanoid?
Yes. If you take the time to identify it with medicine, it's a human, an elf, and a dwarf.
Can I roll a check to see if I know the statue at all?
Sure, that'd be religion.
Religion. I think I'm good at that. Am I?
I don't know.
No, I lied to you all.
I am.
Oh god, that's good because I'm about
People.
to.
Any of you would like to
Oh, a
roll a
19.
religion check?
Yeah, I don't care.
I rolled a 19. Woo.
17.
I can't imagine this will be good, but 4.
All right. So
Religion's not Mafera's jam.
This is so
So-
weird trying to roll with these. I'm like, oh.
yeah.
I'm staring at
So
my
the two
reflection in these baubles.
The two people you'd think would know it or can recognize this as a depiction of the goddess Shar in human form. Twin
Not... Okay.
of the twin to the goddess Saloon.
And I'm a gunslinger, so I know all about saloons.
Hey.
Hey! Please let me be in the stream still.
How long have you had that joke prepped?
I don't want to say.
And she found out about this 2 days ago.
I was like, yes, saloon.
It's pretty great.
All right. So yeah.
Hey guys, that's a statue of Shah. Twin sister of Saloon. Just in case you wanted to know. Do I know anything else about it?
Goddess of
Because
what?
Alex does not know who these people are.
Shar is goddess of shadow, lost memories, darkness, caverns, dungeons, bad things. Like
Essentially
that.
everything I don't believe in.
Yeah, probably.
Darkness, you know.
Yeah.
I have fire
You-
hands for a reason.
You are a living embodiment of something that makes light.
Mhm.
Kind of anti-Shar intrinsically.
Super anti.
Yeah.
Embrace the light.
Embrace the light. Yeah, Hassan's gonna have like a kind of when she realizes what the statue is of, she's just gonna sort of bring again her pistol up and just think about firing at the statue, and then it's gonna go for it.
All right.
You're gonna shoot the statue?
Yeah,
All
Okay,
right.
so as you
even
shoot
a weird
the statue,
reaction.
So as you shoot the statue, it impacts.
Everybody roll
uh,
for
words.
initiative.
you ready for that, aren't you? Val, could you tell me what happens?
Yeah.
Yes. So Hassan just brings. You kind of see she has a very weird reaction to the statue, and just kind of like out of nowhere, just pulls up a pistol, shoots it, and in the center of the statue's forehead, and the bullet kind of lodges in there, and then the entire statue starts to like crack and split, and just kind of all kind of like break into chunks and pieces that just kind of fall upon the floor, and this kind of like weird kind of cold feeling is like around, and she kind of looks at the kind of shattered statue of Shah and just puts a pistol back in and goes, all right, let's go.
You beat me to it.
And just gonna start walking.
All right.
Cool.
So, I had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Give me 10 minutes.
It's never a good sign for Alexis.
I moonwalk back. Just like
I'd
moonwalk.
like to cast. What kind of magic spell to use? I'll use telepathic bond.
Oh, this
I
again.
need to be in everybody's head. I need
All right, so you spend 10 minutes casting Rory's telepathic bond.
Yes.
To all of us?
So that allows everybody to communicate in your heads over anywhere. I believe it's the distance of like the plane for the entire hour.
I think even though I have the ring of mind shielding, I can let Jareth, do that. While you're ringing, you can use creatures can telepathically communicate. You allow it, yeah. So even though I'm wearing the ring of mind shielding, I
At
can
any
speak to you.
time, you can just be like, Jared, shut up. And
Yeah, you can be like,
get with
But
you.
why would you want to?
no.
Listen to the soothing sound of my voice.
I'm already turning it off.
Nope. No, you're not. I'll find a way to get through.
All you can hear is "Welcome to the land down under."
The fairy goes, oh God.
And
Hassan lets that continue.
she's just standing there like waiting for something to hit.
All
Jareth
right.
is constantly humming.
No, noted. I'll keep that in mind.
And looking
Um,
Meant telepathically. I might also be audibly humming, but you know, Jareth knows when to shut up sometimes. Sometimes he also cares.
like 40% of the chance, 40% of the time, you know when to shut up.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
40%
fair enough.
of the time, once every time.
Mefera, what was that passive perception?
25.
I did this to you last time you DM'd. I'm so sorry.
All right, so yeah,
I love you for this.
very telepathic bond. Nothing happens. You can now communicate telepathically.
Cool. I'm gonna
What would
look
you like?
around the walls.
Are there any doors or anything? in
Oh
this
yeah,
room?
there are passages forward. This is just the first notable thing you came upon.
Could I do some form of check to see which way we should go? If there's any tracks.
I like to imagine Sweet Lude, when she's checking this, is literally just pressing against the walls, like crab walking.
So there are roughly two passages. One passage just kind of curves out of the way. The other passage, you pop down it, you can see a door off it, carved, like, proper door and proper stone cut and floored and all that usual, like people live here signs.
So door or curve?
Well, I do love a good door.
Everyone loves a good door.
You usually make good decisions, Meth. Go for it.
Yes. You're welcome.
All right. I don't see anything that makes one look any more dangerous than the other, do I?
Nope.
Or smell anything or hear anything?
That fog is pervasive.
All right. All right, Lou. Door it is.
All right.
I am loving this fog.
All right. As you are heading down into the fog, which obscures the way, our proverbial camera pans back. And
Proverbial pen.
yeah, in viewing both the crumbled statue and you walking away, Danielle, why don't you tell me what you failed to see?
Um.
Womp womp.
All right. A figure that coalesces out of the mist and watches us for a moment, and then just disappears.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
fun.
not a wraith or something.
We're fine.
That thing had a hot stealth check.
Hot.
To beat a 25, yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
Must be some kind of rogue.
It dabs as it goes.
Excuse me, but Danielle got to decide this one. When it's your turn, you can make the thing dab.
I'm so sorry. I make
It
everything.
head bangs a couple of times because we've got the metal band thing going, and then it yeah.
Mine starts singing Africa by Toto.
Mine
Alright.
just goes through a plethora of Bowie tunes.
Yes.
As
This
you do.
is Major Tom to ground control.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right.
So we're heading to the door.
Right. So
Do I punch it?
it is a stone door. It does not have a handle. It has an inset little pole. So it's not like a knob. It's more like a ledge for you to grab.
Do I hear anything on the other side? Something that looks like a trap.
No.
I'm gonna
Okay.
YOLO it and put my hand inside.
Okay. There's
Get
like
your
around
hand
a little
in
bit.
there.
There's a little place to put your hand and pull, presumably.
Yeah.
The door rumbles open. This room is lightly obscured by fog, and there are shredded tapestries that leave pieces of a coastal vista along the walls. Let me see a moment. There are a couple doors out of the room, and as you open the door, your senses are assailed by a vision. You find yourself standing before a cloaked nobleman on a windy cliff overlooking the sea. He turns to you and asks you to join him on a dangerous quest into the black jungles. Putting a hand on your shoulder, he asks, "We are best friends, Gleister, are we not?" With that, the vision ends, and you find yourself standing again in the doorway. Your friend's looking at you lightly, concerned as to why you just suddenly stopped.
Don't we all see that since we're all in a telepathic bond?
That's a damn good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, actually, sure. Why not? We'll say it goes through the telepathic bond. And of course, if Hassan, of course, who can just say no if she wants to.
No to shit. No, everyone sees the vision.
Cool.
That's what that's
Hassan
like.
has
When I do that to other people, I really prefer to be on not the receiving end. Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm 12. I gotta stop. Okay.
And there's nothing else in this room, like no people or just like ripped tapestries everywhere.
a couple
Tapestries?
doors and a vision of portent, perhaps, or of the past.
I
yeah.
think that had something to do with what we're doing.
Yes. I'm
Names
trying to remember the names. Gleister.
Was the bronze dragon before it went dark, if I remember
Yes.
correctly?
All right. Does anybody speak Draconic?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know why I randomly picked it. I'm like, sure, Draconic sounds
mean,
like fun.
It feels good. Draconic. Being able to speak Draconic just feels good.
It made sense for Faganassi.
Anybody who knows Draconic knows that Umbraxakar means Shadowborn in Draconic.
And that was the friend, right?
That was the Bronze Dragon's new name when it transferred into being a Shadow Dragon.
Unbrexit. Braxikar is the
So-
shadow one. Is that what you said?
Yes, Unbraxakar.
100% gonna call that dragon Brexit later.
Yeah, if we don't call it Brexit, if we don't call it Brexit, we're God.
I mean,
that is
I-
happening. Writing
not
that
doing
down in my notes.
Not doing it would just be aggressively off-brand.
Yeah.
Correct.
At this point, I'd like to. So I have a very beautiful white wooden staff, and I'm going to lightly tap it on the ground and use it to cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh.
Gonna be stealthy. Got
We're
it.
going with stealth. All right.
And this is level 15, y'all. This is something I can do at will, so we can be super stealthy.
Yeah.
Oh, really at will?
Yes.
That really at will?
It's through the staff. Yeah, I have Pass Without Trace.
Oh. What staff do you have?
The Staff of the Woodlands.
I love that stuff.
Wow.
I'm just over here
Fun.
going, I took bracers of defense.
Hey,
I mean,
that's the best monk
really-
choice.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
that just makes sense. Embrace the bow.
In my home game where I'm a level, well, you just leveled to 16, but I'm a monk and I still have bracers of defense because they're the best.
Cool. So we're stealthing?
Yeah.
Stealth.
Y'all get a +10 to any stealth checks that you might deign to make, and you
Good.
leave no non-magical tracks.
Because I rolled a 6. I'm stealthy.
That's gonna be a 32 for me.
Wow.
There you go. That'll be a 20, at least 26 for me. Hang on.
Do we add our dex modifier or just add the +10?
28.
You get your normal bonuses as well.
Your staff.
Oh, okay. Then that's 20.
And 28. for
That's
me.
better.
31.
Ah, I win by 1.
Ah,
Yes. I am amazing.
the fire Jensai is the night. She just disappears.
I like put out my hands and fade into the shadows. And all you hear through your mind is
Oh. Out from this room are a pair of large double doors. To the south and to the west, a much smaller, more regular door, similar to one you just came through.
I want to go take a listen at both doors.
When you
How
go
about you
take a
take one
look
and I'll
at-
take the other?
All right, who's at what door?
I'll take the big door.
'Kay.
I'll take the other door.
So, Sweet Lou, you put your ear to the small door, and one quick moment, but I know the answer here. Actually, yeah, you put your ear to the door, and you hear in a voice in common a somewhat shrewd female voice saying, "Turn back now, or abandon hope."
Well, everybody else heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'll relay it. Yeah, with the telepathic wand, I'll let everyone else hear it and go,
I have a few of those in my oubliette. They're just a nuisance, really.
And Mefera,
Not
you
that people in my
you're-
oubliette would know that.
you put your ear to the door, and you hear skittering and crawling.
Oh, so I hear skittering and crawling?
Yes.
Does it sound like animals? Because animals are my jam.
Why don't you make me a nature check
I will do that.
or survival? That would apply as well.
I think I have both of those things. So hang on.
Druids.
Well, this is happening. Hassan's just off talking to Jareth. Like, so how do you get your hair to do that?
That would be a 26 survival or a 23 nature. Take your pick.
Level 15.
You're gonna be his bane.
Honestly, I've played with characters with like plus 35 to persuasion. I've had people do the crazy perception insight passives. I've dealt with all the cheese. None of
It's
it
the
really
level
bothers
15
me
thing.
anymore. Yeah. With a 26 survival, you hear the sound of what could be potentially hundreds of centipedes.
Pass. Mm-mm.
Pass. Nope.
Pass. Nope.
But I could talk to them.
Nope. Nope. If you open that door, I am.
Well, why don't we just talk to them and find out what's happening? I'm sure they'll know what's going on. Maybe can point us in the right direction.
I mean, the shrewd woman didn't sound that bad.
Rather take the woman. Nope.
And I like lay a hand on the door and I say, I'll be back for you.
Oh my god.
Skitter,
Nope.
skitter, skitter.
Look. She can make friends with the centipedes.
No. Oh god, no, please.
Friends, it's always better to make friends if you can.
Give me any amount of violence, just not the centipedes.
Jareth, it's fine. We can do the woman for now and
We
We'll
can do
circle
the
back
woman.
Yeah,
for
we
now.
can. Yeah, we
Yay.
can.
Yeah. VR After Dark begins.
That did not take long.
we're just gonna throw the door open and we'll all be standing there and pose.
Me with my scepter in my hand, just
Yes.
All right. So I take it you head to the regular door then.
Yes, we'll do the regular door if it makes Lou happy.
We're gonna do
All
the
right.
woman.
Yeah.
that would make Lou happy.
Yeah.
And as soon as it's like, oh, we're gonna do, but as soon as everybody starts talking about her hair starts to flame a little bit, and she gets like really red face,
I love it.
Cute.
and she just goes,
The
And, like,
cutest.
blows out the
You're
hair.
the cutest.
"You guys, all right." So
When I talk about cute things, apparently I slip into jester voice.
it was adorable. You're such a cute puppy. So we're going to the other door where the woman said no. And I was like, yeah, but you're better than centipedes.
Unless she's a woman made of centipedes, then we've made some errors.
What have I done?
We've made a
The
huge
centipedes are nothing compared to my bog of eternal stench.
I thought you said bulge.
I was like,
No, I've got potpourri for that.
it's also called bathing.
Scything.
Bog
Alright.
of eternal stench.
So, as you walk into the room, Mefera, you notice a few things. Actually, probably more than you, but you're the high number person, so I address you first.
Sounds good. I'll
In
relay.
this room is a bit of a feeding hall, to be honest. And you would say that because there are a number of human males who look to be dead, lying on gaudy lounges and having the blood sucked out of them by vampire spawn.
Oh no!
Oh, just like in the room, casually?
Just yeah, the dead bodies are very minimally covered up, and there's a number of vampire spawn just lapping at their wrists and their necks. You also happen to notice that there was a secret door on the south wall.
Okay.
Oh, we're stealthing it. Do
We're
they know
s-
we're there?
Yeah, have they noticed us with the stealth?
Well, you just walked in. They don't seem to have looked up yet.
32, 32, 32.
Okay, so lowest was 20. And if this fog wasn't here, they'd see you instantly because you would have no obscurity.
I'm gonna point out the secret door to the telepathic one. Like, secret door over there. To the door.
Start creeping along.
Just-
Yeah, just like da-da, na-na, 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 na-na.
The
All right.
or.
Or
I'll keep it in my back pocket.
all right.
For a
So
second, I thought you were going to say keep it in your pants. And I was like,
That too for now.
tight pants. Not much hold.
absolutely not.
Quite tight.
Quite tight. Captain tight pants.
Magic tight pants.
Magic tight pants.
All right. So the four of you creep to the secret door in the south. Who gets there first?
I'm
Probably
Got it.
Yeah, I'm holding back, so I'm
Probably
like,
me with
the
my
rear.
It's
55.
probably me or Lou, because I think we were the ones opening doors here.
All right.
Yeah.
Mefera, sounds like you get there.
All right, sure.
The one who sees all gets there first.
So that's not completely unreasonable. So this secret door though you notice that there's an outline of a door, very faint in this wall, but this is a fresco all across this wall, depicting there's a like almost a glaring sun on a sword being held aloft by what looks like a paladin. And as it goes from up top to the farther down, it starts to depict darker and more depraved scenes, finally ending on the item that you believe will trigger the opening of the door on a most horrific sight. And Alex, what is that?
On the most horrific sight through the door.
The
Oh.
thing that you have to interact with to open the secret door. What does it depict?
Me personally.
Mhm.
So I guess if it is something that is going to be terrifying to Sweet Lou, it would
Sure.
be complete and utter darkness with like hands reaching out and like constantly grabbing her, but she can't figure out where it's coming from.
I've
All right,
got those
so
too.
you approach up to this Mefera, and it terminates into an inky pool of swirling blackness. You see the occasional grasping hand move out as the mural seems to actually move. And you're quite certain that to open up this door, you'll have to.
Put a hand in.
You think so?
What's the worst that could happen? I have to regenerate a hand later. And I
They're helping hands.
I just saw that and I was like, I hate you so much.
yeah, sure, why not? I'll go for it.
All right. I know you're a druid, so this probably won't scare you, but could you make me a wisdom save?
You are correct that this does not scare me.
Why should it? They're helping.
Oh, is this against being charmed? Because I have advantage if so.
This is not against being charmed or frightened.
Cool.
Also, I just realized that regenerating is a handy skill. Yeah.
That would be a 27.
Jesus.
Wow.
Nat is so deflated right now.
No, I'm doing fine. Do
He
not
can still
prescribe
kill us
your
all. It's fine.
upon me. All right, with
Good
a
at the
27.
thing.
He's done it to me
Okay.
before.
Now, something that might scare you a little more. Could you make me an intelligence save?
That's more scary. Yeah. Could be worse, but okay. That was a 15.
And finally, could you make me a charisma save?
That's the most terrifying one. No bonus.
That would be my terrifying one right there, is a charisma save.
Oh.
Again,
Negative.
not against being charmed or frightened, right?
Nope.
All right.
Cool.
This is the best.
That's a raw 9.
All right. You roll me a percentile die.
I can, yes.
You were just moving through. You're like, one of these are gonna get her. One of these are gonna get her.
No, oh, you think the 9 succeeded at level 15?
God, no.
That's gonna be a 5.
All right.
I can't believe you said raw 9. I can't.
A 5%?
Yep. So, what kind of? Just a little bit of a character exploration here. Mafera has Has she ever been one to partake in substances to take the edge off of any kind?
Well, she has spent most of her life in the Feywild, so I would assume that there's some drinking going on over there. That's kind of the mythos of Fey creatures.
Some peyote.
So yeah, sure. I would say she probably drinks at least, and she's probably done some shrooms at some point. She's a druid after all.
Sure. Why not? You start to, as you reach your hand in here, and you feel this upon you, and you feel something touch within you. You start to really wish somebody to take the edge off, and you have gained the flaw. Being drunk keeps me sane.
All right. Do I at
You
least
find-
open the door?
Yeah, but you do find something hard in there, and you pull, and there's a little soft click, and it just pops out and moves aside.
Okay.
Within this room is also lightly obscured by fog. It is a fairly small room, and you can see another much more basic secret door on the far wall. So you seem to be on the easy side of it.
Mhm.
And the wall is covered in carvings that depict human skeletons.
Okay. Is there any people in this room?
Nope.
Okay. Then I urge the others to all quickly come in before the vampire spawn notice us. Like,
Okay.
I'm the last in.
Sounds good.
Just walk
Uh,
out like, yes.
I'm just ready to to reflexively charm these things if they notice us.
Jareth,
Yeah.
as you walk by me, you hear Mafera in your head go, Jareth, darling, you don't happen to have any wine or anything on you, do you? That was a bit of a...
Oh, of course. Here.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'll
Hold
take
up a perfect goblet
filled with wine.
filled to the
goblet
brim with
is
wine.
The goblet is mine. You can drink from the wineskin, though.
And I'll pour myself a glass and just like chug it all in one
Sounds
go.
good.
Dog.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It was quite a lock.
All right. Yeah, it was.
Fair enough.
Just about then, as the door closes behind you, to conceal the view to the vampire spawn, you all are pulled into another vision. But not that one, because I was reading the wrong blurb. You are in a cramped jungle with the same handsome nobleman as before. you hand a polished coral ring to this knight. And as he
Polished
puts
what?
the ring on, he looks at you. Was that?
A polished what?
Polished coral ring.
Coral ring. Okay, sorry.
As he puts it on, he looks at you and says, I will treasure this gift forever. And the vision fades.
Who got the ring?
None of you actually have a physical ring. In the vision, you were giving it to
No,
this.
who received the ring? Like who? Because we saw these two before, right?
Yeah. So, in both of these visions, you have viewed one person, this nobleman.
And that was Brexit.
Dragon.
Brexit
in
the
the-
dragon.
Brexit.
So to settle things clearer before things get more muddled, in the first vision, the nobleman addressed to you as a Gleister.
Okay.
Seeing that, I think would probably make you think that you are viewing it from the viewpoint of the dragon.
So we
so
are Brexit.
Brexit.
We are Brexit the dragon.
Our Brexit.
We
The
are
four of
Brexit.
you have embodied Brexit.
Okay. We're
God
Brexit.
damn it!
We're looking at the friend who we suspect led him down the dark path.
Yes, who, if you are correct, that would be Lord Vanrak.
Lord That's right. The Van Rock band.
Of Vanrakdoom.
The best death metal band on the planet. Boris the Brexit dragon. Thanks, Dan.
He
And-
just screeches, I have no plan. What are we attacking?
makes his
I think
move on
embodying Brexit is probably a new low for an adventuring party I've run.
Yep.
As you recover from the vision, Jareth, you step on something on the floor
Oh no.
under your boot.
What was that?
As you recover from the vision, you step on something on the floor. Something catches under your boot. Or boot, question mark?
Boot. Yep.
Oh, yes. Knee-high boots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I look down.
You move your foot aside and you do indeed see the polished core ring from the vision.
Ooh, I picked that up.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
It glimmers with a rainbow of color.
Mm,
A rainbow.
yes. This is my aesthetic.
I think that's fair.
You just hear Hassan in your head go, noise.
Shiny. A lock.
Thought
Lock it.
before I just slap this on my finger. You have about 3 seconds.
I already got a free cloak and it doesn't fit the rest of my outfit.
Rings get in the way of punching.
We should definitely bring it with us. So
I would definitely put it on.
Yeah, we're
you might as well wear it.
Put the
Jared
ring
just
on.
picks
Put the ring on. It glimmered a beautiful rainbow of scintillating colors.
Tintillating.
Nothing else happens.
Aww. Give it a half hour.
Oh, we're not gonna get punished.
I'm sorry. You are mistaken, Nat. What happens is I look more fabulous.
I was about to say, she looks amazing.
I said it glimmers with scintillating colors. How did you
Yes.
not get it?
But you said and nothing happens.
Oh,
I
I'm
look
sorry.
more
I'm sorry.
fabulous.
That part was incorrect. You're
Yes.
you're right. I'm wrong. You're right. You should have it perfect if Alexis handles it.
I would,
Hassan takes 2 steps away from the fabulous light and just is like, it's nothing personal. It's just the eyes. You know how it is.
well, Mafera will lean in to take a look and say, "It looks fabulous, Jareth."
Thank you so much, Beth.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It
So
really suits me.
it suits you.
So we're safely from the spawns, though, right? Was there a door that we could have closed to make sure they didn't follow us?
Yes. This all happened after Jareth closed the secret door behind you.
Good to know. Cool.
And there's another secrety door, right?
Yeah, I'll point it out. There's another secret door right there, which we could.
It is. It
As
is
a-
fairly obvious from this side.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
We
we-
could go through that, or we could go back into the room with the spawn, but perhaps with a plan.
I feel like we're on the right track. Head towards the door.
Which door?
The secrety door.
New door.
New door.
New door. Breakfast. I don't know.
Listen, I'm just here to.
I'm
make
hungry.
sense
I meant
of
to say breakfast.
so you
I
make
meant to
all
say
the
Brexit. Fuck me.
To Brexit.
Yeah,
Just try to give it 10
Brexit.
different names by the time we're done here.
I'm gonna stand right here and be quiet.
I'm gonna walk over to the door and listen in, see if I can hear anything on the other side.
All right.
I can just hear Jareth ringing, like humming in my head.
I am humming. Yep, in your head. Not helping whatsoever.
I'm like, God damn it, Jareth. And I turn it down like a radio.
All right. You hear. 1 second.
Do, do,
We're dead.
do, do, do,
We're
do,
dead.
do, do, do.
It's just a cacophony.
That's that. Okay.
What are this?
This is a
What to do?
What do?
What
What
do?
do? That was
this
us.
is a
wasn't it?
sprawling multi-segment hall of worship. You hear a chanting pervade the space faintly. The wall is also lined with rusty iron sconces, each holding a torch coated in black wax that burns with a purple flame. The aesthetic is on point as it mingles with the fog.
Oh God, I want to take one of those.
Yeah, Mavera's trying to figure out how she can put these in her house.
Yeah.
Is there anything flame related that I can help them with? I'm like,
There
you can-
there are 7 cultists. They're very much on the cult aesthetic. They're all sitting on woven mats, kneeling, looking towards one cultist who is sitting in the middle with his eyes closed as he is devoured by a swarm of rats.
ah!
Oh,
Oh God. Okay. That's new.
you said there were 7.
Yeah, one of them is the one being devoured by
Devoured
rats.
by rats.
Oh yeah, we're fine. That's 6 cultists, and then letting one of them be eaten by a rat. We'll just let the rats do their work.
That's so metal.
Wow.
Does anyone have swarm of rats? Because we could really they wouldn't even fight back.
I'm having ideas for my next remodel.
Yeah.
Jareth, remind me to never come visit your castle.
Oh, but the
Eva.
castle itself is wonderful.
Yeah, but
It's
My-
the getting to it that's a problem. I'll get you in. It's fine.
do I have to give you a baby?
I mean, I won't say no.
The baby. And
What
they
would you
still
like to-
don't see us.
Well, you all are very quiet and speak in your minds, and none of them have their eyes open.
Oh, well, that helps.
Do we
Yeah.
just? I'll just go. Do we keep going, or do we stay and get the rats off?
Is the person who's like underneath all the rats, do they seem to be struggling at all?
They are sitting cross-legged as the rats crawl all over their body and devour their flesh.
Amazing.
So they seem to be willing then, or
Yeah, they seem pretty distracted. We could probably just go.
We're just
on.
gonna let it happen.
We're just-
I know what it
going.
looks like when someone is charmed. Do I think that this might be happening to these cultists?
Why don't you give me an insight check, and given your experience, I'll give you advantage. does
Yes.
seem-
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 17.
Seems to be more of a zealous trance than an honest charm.
Mm. Then of their own will allowing this to happen. Interesting. I just relay that information to the group. I don't think that anything's charmed them.
We just keep going.
are there doors in this hall? Any other doors in this room?
So it goes deeper down this hall. There are a set of double doors like separated on the back end.
So we'd have to go past the people to get to those doors.
And the rats.
The man continues to be quietly eaten.
Yeah,
It makes
like,
a moderate amount of noise.
it's like these guys seem like weirdos. Let's keep going.
Doors.
We don't
Okay.
care about nothing that's not our mission.
They chose to be they chose to be cultists. I mean, this was probably in the manifesto, and just keep on going.
I just
We're just gonna
Like-
burn through all of his as we just go, nope.
I'm so ready. Like I'll follow last, just keeping an eye on everything that's happening, ready with the reactive charming.
All right. So
I'm assuming we're rolling stealth.
yeah, technically nothing has happened that would require you to roll stealth again.
Oh, okay.
Hassan
so
just
that-
shoots
haven't done
pistols
anything.
everywhere. No, I don't do that.
Bad move.
I'm your huckleberry.
All right. Jareth, as you are the last to enter this, you all come upon an altar, a table / altar, made of black marble with purple veins through it.
Ooh.
Upon
I'm
it,
sensing a
uh,
theme.
Point.
so that standing over the table are two cultists in similar robes and a similar iconography on their robes. They have a purple trimming on them, and they are anointing objects on that table to the goddess Shar. It's not Jairus, Alexis.
Yeah,
What are they anointing, and how are they doing it?
a baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a baby, isn't it?
It's a baby.
It's a wee baby.
And how?
With like oils and incense and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Seasoning? Like what's going on?
Okay. They are.
And we're
they
not
are-
going down that way, but we had to have a baby.
So they are doing Shar's version of a baptism over
yeah.
here,
There
Yeah.
we go. I was like,
Yep.
as this baby is being bathed in pitch black oils. And,
Yep.
and the baby, for its count, seems somewhat entertained by it.
I just in my head, that reminds me of the babe.
Babe with the power?
God. Boom.
That's
I
right.
just threw my
Power of
pen at my
voodoo.
computer screen because I was.
Oh God. The babe.
Babe with the power of voodoo. Voodoo.
Hoodoo.
Hoodoo.
He's so well.
That's it. Yeah, Hassan has already had like a not great reaction to the statue of Shah. She does not. She kind of comes to an immediate standstill when she sees the baby, and like,
So my baby.
Hassan, the baby seems to lock eyes with you. The two cultists have not noticed any of you yet, but the child seems curious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh no.
Honestly,
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, so Hassan is gonna send out a telepathic message that just says, "You don't have to help. You can keep going."
And
And is gonna step out the shadows and fire.
all right,
Just fire
so
2 pistols.
At
Not the
The
baby.
cult-
Not the baby.
all right, make me 2 attacks with advantage.
Okay. Come on, sweet. Oh, I need to go check what my guns are. Okay. 2 attacks with advantage. I pistol. 1d10.
when they do this, could I move in the shadows around them to get within melee and I mean
Well, okay, so here's the situation. These
Yep.
are cultists, so I
Yep.
think she's going to kill them.
okay.
If they are not dead, we're going to go to initiative.
Cool.
So
I'll
I
wait.
got a 14 and a 10.
So the 10 actually misses,
Curse you.
but the 14 hits. So why don't you give me damage for that one?
Yay! That's 8 plus 4, so that's 12.
Okay, yeah, you take one shot straight through the back of this cultist's head, blood shotgunning out the other side as it rolls to this side. The other shot, your hand shaking with just a little bit of anger, and it just whips out wide, and it just misses him by a centimeter. And could we please roll some initiative?
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I have backstory.
That's
Hey, at
okay.
least somebody has backstory. All I had was
Eight
she's
characters.
sweet.
I got 12.
Backstory, thank you very much.
You have the glorious backstory.
I just
Jack.
didn't write it myself.
That would be a 21 for Lou.
Damn.
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 One, Jareth.
18.
Pretty good.
So my baby
Meth.
trying hard as
E.
baby
Meth.
try.
16.
16. And Hassan.
16.
All right. What are your initiative bonuses?
Oh, actually, no. Then I think I did. Yeah, I included mine. Mine was I got 12, and then plus initiative bonus was 16.
I mean, what are your bonuses to initiative? That's how I tend to break ties.
Oh, plus 4.
Mine's 2.
Oh, did you remember your D4?
I did not. If that was me.
So that'll put you potentially even above Jareth.
I rolled a 4.
Hey!
Hey.
What?
So,
What did Jareth have?
18.
18.
Nice.
Jack of all trades, yo. It works for initiative too.
Master of none.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a
So
master of charms. Come on.
as the shots ring out, you hear a few gasps from the room behind you, as the cultists that were being fed upon by rats and such. And it is Lou's turn because she's very fast at reacting to the situation.
So, how many cultists are there? I'm so sorry.
There's one in front of you, and there were
Right.
7 in the room behind you.
7 in the room behind us, but there's one that we're dealing with.
Yep.
Okay, so cool. I'm gonna run in and do a front flip and then come down and whack him in the face with my quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Okay, give me some numbers.
What?
Give me some numbers.
That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. That's gonna be 9 points of damage. And then I
Oh, no, there doesn't need to be an and then. That
Oh.
guy has points.
cool.
Bye.
Flip and knock him out. And the baby looks up at you, wide-eyed.
And there's nobody else around?
You hear a commotion of cultists getting ready to do things in the room behind.
Cool.
There's also still some chanting from up ahead that has only gotten louder as you've been approaching.
Cool. Is there anywhere I can hide a baby to keep it safe? Outside of my bag of holding.
Yeah, I have an idea, and I think it could combine with Jareth. No, I don't want to give it to Jareth, actually. I just remembered your whole thing with babies. I have the cloak from earlier that I could wrap the little baby in.
13 hours, that child will be mine.
Or can I just like wrap it in my wrap and like swaddle
Sure.
it so that I can
You grab
Cool.
the baby and begin to swaddle.
and I just essentially strap the baby to me.
Yes. What do they call
That
that where the
way.
baby's up front?
I can't remember. I
The
don't
papoose.
Harrier.
yeah.
Your baby wearing.
Yep.
Baby man.
And
Alright.
and you said there's people coming, but there's nobody else to
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah,
Cool,
I mean,
then
you can run after them. Also, I feel like you probably spent your other attacks swaddling a baby.
Sure, but I can spend a key point, right?
True. That you could do.
I'll spend a key point and go into patient defense and wait.
Yeah, defend the baby.
Yep.
Defend the baby.
All right, Hassan.
I'm gonna stand in front of Sweet Lou and the little wee babby.
The
And
wee
just
baby.
wee babby. And is anything coming right now?
Nothing is coming. You hear things coming, but nothing has entered the room yet.
Can I see if there's any other way out?
There are 2 doors to move into a further room, or you can move into the room before you and engage with those cultists.
Which one
the room
doesn't have the
farther
chanting
in.
sound?
So the chanting sound is from farther in.
Oh. Okay, so it's like if we go backwards, it's more cultists, and if we go forwards, it's creepy chanting. Listen, I chose
Which may or may not be connected to more cultists.
which probably will be connected to more cultists. Again, just gonna take defensive stance in front of Sweet Lou and the baby and say, which way you want to do this? To telepathically to them.
I have a baby strapped to me. This is not good.
I don't need my hands to fight. I'll hold the baby.
Daphne's like, do not give him the baby.
I can
I mean-
charm perfectly fine with still holding a baby.
I mean, Lou's like strapped, hands free with this child.
Yes, but Lou gets all up into combat.
I do get all up into combat.
That is true. Fair enough.
Death, you can come take the baby.
I'm a baby.
All right.
Trying hard.
And I'll just put my arms up for
good
Jared to come and
try.
get them so I don't have to
And-
break my patient defense to do so.
Before
Here's
you
Jareth.
before you grab the baby, I'm just gonna walk over and kind of try and wipe some of the oil off,
Which is
with-
all over me, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
which wipe the oil off with the magic, and then just kind of like just like do like a kind of comforting thing and to go,
Yeah.
okay, and then just look at Jareth.
The oil is absolutely opaque and does not come off readily. You're able to scrape certain sections open. The baby doesn't seem distressed. It seems enraptured by the situation.
Aww. Aw, Nat, you have the best
Prime.
baby face.
Prime goblin babe material.
I mean, I'm
Alright,
enraptured with Alexis's makeup too, so it's fun.
So, Jareth and Mefera both have turns before anything bursts through the doors. Would you like to do anything in preparation?
Take the baby.
Jareth takes baby.
I've got the baby on one hip. And in that I've got my rod available to me. I'm gonna use that right now though. And there are still the 6 cultists behind us, correct?
7 if you count the one that was half devoured.
Uh,
Doesn't really count though.
6.5.
Yeah, he's just fine.
We've all got 10 hit points.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Sure.
Just looking at that spell. That's funny. Fun.
Shimona.
Get ready.
Shimona.
All right.
I'm just waiting to kick some ass.
Sounds good to me.
Not doing anything in particular, just holding this baby and looking for anything to
Jareth and
aggressively at it.
Mefera both set up for a combative stance, and there's a moment. The chanting pauses for just a second. And just as a new, more intense verse of whatever their mantra or their chant was begins, the door is blown open, and 7 cultists and a swarm of rats run in.
Oh no.
Swarm of rats go straight for Lou.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got disadvantage.
Patient defense, fair enough.
Yep.
What's your AC?
19.
Noted. They didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Rats are swarming at you, and you're just kick one there, swat one out of the other. Yep. The cultists are burst into the room. One of them definitely looks beaten and nibbled upon, you might say. And that one
A little nibble.
pulls out an orb of purple flame, and as that one does, the other 6 invoke their orbs of purple flame, and they launch them in unison at you.
At me?
No. There's gonna be a mixture of targets.
Good to know.
One